Alright guys, here we go. Starting into the first game of Dodo at GatorLAN 2015 Winter. Holy shit, aren't we excited? So, as always, you have Dark Jester here talking shit. And I'm backed up today by a gentleman that's yet to get into lobby. So when he gets in there, he can talk to us. Just, you know. I hear noises. I hear noises. Do you hear noises? Go for it. Go for it.
Yo, what's up?
Here we go.
I got JB.
Oh, did somebody turn on all chat or all sound? We'll find out in a minute. Oh man, no. Beats first blood, new rule, yes. That is usually a good rule to have. So, alright, so we've got Lost Meepos versus TI-84. These guys are road to TI-84, by the way. Just so y'all know. Actually, very entertaining groups. Did alright in the prelims. Both teams are 4-0. Or 4-2 in the prelims. So, we're going to see how this goes. Might be a very entertaining time. If Prager ever loads. Just saying. It's gonna be one of those days already. So we've had nothing but internet issues all day, so it is what it is.
Sorry for the hour delay, guys. That's just happens every year at GatorLAN, right?
Yeah, I couldn't find it, so I just left it here.
Get started. Let's try this again. Game number 1, Lost Meepos versus Road to TI-84. Everybody loaded up, so we're actually getting to play! Yeah!
Dire team back.
We're bringing the hype today.
Your mic didn't. You should see it light up.
Oh.
I don't know if it's...
Alright, so we're gonna have a little bit of fun here. We got me and JB. We're gonna bring you all this stuff. Of course,
Radiant
as
team
always,
back.
these guys love banning out. So we're gonna drag our foot, talk about other things.
No, I'm curious about the first round bristleback ban. Wondering if they do that all the time. You know, it's not that common right now, and Death Prophet too. So we will see, you know, a kind
Dire team
of
back.
meta develop for this tournament. I haven't watched these teams play recently, so I'm not sure what they're banning. But these are definitely not the same bans you're seeing if you're watching Star Ladder right now. So Death Prophet very easy to execute, and bristleback too. So.
I will give you a little bit of history here. Meepos almost always
10
bans
seconds
Death Prophet.
remaining.
They just hate her.
I just don't think they like her very
Radiant
much.
Ice Frog
Team
keeps
ban.
nerfing that ultimate cooldown, and you know they just can't.
She wrecks face all day
Right.
long.
Yeah,
It's
whenever
great.
that ult is up, you just push towers. There's nothing you can really do, so it's a pretty safe ban if you really know that you don't want to go up against a strong push strat like that. But this isn't really giving anything
10
away
seconds.
yet.
10
Obviously, the troll
seconds
ban, which is very
remaining.
popular right now, and the bounty hunter.
Got a ban bounty hunter now.
No,
Nothing but free
that's
money
pretty
all
good.
game.
The first pick Juggernaut. All right.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yes, we have a Pudge hook.
All right.
That's what I'm talking
This
about.
game just heated up. So Bane Pudge. I feel like there's a lot of synergy there because you can Nightmare into the hook, which is not a very common combo, but I think that if they've practiced this, I remember Los Meepos because they often had a 5-position player who was very inexperienced at the game, and they would have that player play something like Bane or Abaddon. I remember a lot. They put them on these like supports where you can't really mess up. You just cast your spells in the fight, and you can die. You know.
Pretty much. It's a very good tactic, and they're very good at what they do. Now, the Viper pickup over here on Road to TI-84, I actually like it because it makes them kind of pay. If they want to dive in, they have to be prepared for Viper come in there and just wreck face. Such a good DPS dealer.
And you know what? They're probably going to line that Viper up against the Pudge mid, which will certainly make them think twice about putting Pudge mid. We could see some other type of Pudge. They could run a support Pudge. I don't know if they do that. They could also certainly run a safe lane Pudge. That's definitely not unheard of. I'd be very curious though. I don't know if the mid player for Los Meepos is their Pudge player or if it's somebody else. I'm gonna go try to look that up.
Well, they have the opportunities to do it, and I've seen a 4-position Pudge before.
In the NA scene, they love to run that on Leviathan. Jenkins is a big fan. I really think that would be pretty good here, but there's no way to tell yet. See an OD ban making me think that they're afraid of...
This looks like very standard bans coming out of Los Meepos. This, I've casted enough of their games. I've watched. They kind of have this set of heroes they just don't like dealing with at all.
So they're not really banning against the current meta. They're banning against things they don't like.
And it's just one of those deals. They're like, didn't realize that was cutting off the ban. Sorry, guys. Fix that for you. So...
Yeah, OD mostly, I think of banning him whenever you're going to pick a strong intelligence hero to go mid and you don't want to have your intelligence stolen. So it's not clear to me whether they think there's going to be a mid intelligence hero or
It's also in a situation where you don't want to run the risk of your key support being shut down. He's got to get in there. He's got to cast all his spells.
Right.
OD walks in, tosses him in the astral, and says, "Haha, you ain't getting shit off until everybody else dies."
That's pretty good against Bane, I would say.
So if they're trying to stop that, OD would be a good stop on that. The follow-up ban on the Witch Doctor, same thing. They don't want to have that paralyzing cast jacking up any channeled abilities like Pudge's ult or Bane's ult. So, good choices all the way around. Mirana is a very interesting hero that they like to do some interesting support moves with.
Do you think that'll be on maybe the 4th position, roaming?
Yeah, it's going to be a roaming support, usually. Now, Road to TI-84 here has got Tidehunter, though. I love Tidehunter. He's a great... interrupting hero.
Yeah, it's kind of surprising he got through here. He's one of those heroes that's often banned at this kind of tournament, I feel like. He's just so easy.
So, we've also got the Ancient Apparition ban and the Vengeful ban going to be done. Basically, just want to make sure things don't get messed up. Vengeful Spirit does a lot of good in being that you're going to kill me all day long situation. But AA just pretty much guarantees if it's a team fight and he lands his ult, somebody's dying. Because there's no healing. There's no protection on it. And they want to make sure.
That was what the OD ban was for. They knew ahead of time they wanted that OD. They banned Invoker and they banned out the OD. So it looks like we're probably going to see a Viper versus Invoker matchup mid. And I think that Los Meepos almost certainly, even though Invoker is probably not favored in that matchup, still has a pretty good shot because of their skill advantage. Los Meepos... has been together a while. I know that you said that they had some roster changes in the past year, but I've seen them probably 2 years ago. And
10 seconds. 10 seconds remaining.
They're definitely favored for me in this matchup. And the Invoker mid
5 seconds remaining.
Could be, but they could also not. See, this is kind of a situation where there's still 2 picks left on Road to TI-84, and they can rotate their mids out to different options.
Exactly. Those could all be cores, or it could be a support Juggernaut and a support Tidehunter. You never know.
So, I mean, they still have the opportunity to move around here. I don't know if they're going to get support on that level, but Juggernaut's probably going to be at least a 3, if not a 1 position. Viper can almost run support because he really doesn't need a lot of items to be effective. He can go a number 4 support, and Tide can go a full support, number 5. And their next 2 picks can be complete counter picks. Now, mind you, like you said, they banned out the OD to make sure that the counter pick wasn't there. Oh, but the silencer is a great
Radiant
counter.
team banned.
That's gonna make Bane's life hell. He's never gonna be able to get off full length.
Bane, Invoker,
Invoker
Pudge.
especially, who wants to get up all 10 spells, and if he gets a refresher, that's 20 spells you can just chain off there if you're good enough at Invoker.
Yeah.
10
So
seconds
silencer is a
remaining.
great counter pick there. Full road TI-84.
5 seconds.
I
5
think
seconds
Los Meepos is
remaining.
going to have to make sure they shut that down. If they can keep silencer shut
Reserve
down,
time.
Right. It's not clear whether this is a farming silencer yet. It's still pretty ambiguous from the line. What are you feeling right now? I feel like
Dire
it's
team
probably
bound.
a core silencer, but I can't.
I
really
think if
decide.
they're running on the mindset that if Invoker goes mid, they're going to put silencer up against him.
I haven't seen that matchup recently, but I bet you that in this way silencer's
It
been
would
buffed
be a
recently.
good situation for Road to TI-84 to control that.
Oh, and the quick Shadow Fiend. What are they? Man, this is
Oh!
full pub. This is. I mean, besides Murano, who's in every pub game, look at those 3 strong mid heroes. Which one is which?
Actually, you can play any of their 5 mid.
Yeah, absolutely. Bane mid is pretty nasty too.
So it's Los Meepos has pretty much caused the situation for Road to TI-84 to go, holy crap,
Yeah, how
what's
do you-
going to be the mid
Okay, so
situation?
it's definitely Murano and Bane on the supports, I would say. And
I mean, that
Pudge-
would be my assumption. But
10
you could rotate it
seconds
either
remaining.
way. I mean, those 2 are almost guaranteed to be the supports.
Those bands
But
will
the
out.
5
lanes
seconds
outside of that,
remaining.
which ones are going mid? Which ones are they going to go dual lane? They're going to go tri lane. They're going to go. They could go
Reserve
dual
time.
mid. I've
They
seen
could.
that a few times.
With Bane as the support and a dual lane mid, that would probably work. The last 2 bans were so fast we didn't even get to mention the Drow ban from Road to TI-84 and the Abaddon ban from Los Meepos. I can't even think what they're gonna pick here. Had chance these honestly just
Well, they're looking at a Shadow Fiend. They see a big DPS, and there's Jakiro, a great way to shutting down
shows up
that
there pushing
DPS.
with the liquid fire, great with the Juggernaut, I think. And every time you have Ravage up and every time you have Global Silence, that's a tower. You push in with the Healing Ward, liquid fire.
Yep.
So Road to TI-84 maybe looking to get some early pushing going, and Los Meepos just looking to roll the early game with these lane dominating heroes.
And they're going to be absolutely in a position to control the lanes. And
Yeah, that Bane Mirana combo is deadly. Was
got-
not mentioned, but
yeah, it's a pretty nasty
that's
combo.
Such a classic combo. They're going to be landing the Nightmare into Hook.
So let's go over here and talk about the Dire side.
Prepare
We've got
for battle.
Infected Owned is on the Viper. Silly Boy Tomato's got the Silencer. Fuse on the Tidehunter. The Wumbus is on the Jakiro. And before he gets out of here, Cheese It has got the Juggernaut. He was on full run there. So flipping over here onto the Radiant side, starting on the Pudge. Calfire's got the Pudge.
Going off lane.
Yep, and Krieger over here is picked up the Bane. He's usually their number 4 support, so I expect some very interesting play there.
How did you say that? Cyragar?
Sure, we'll say it like that. That works for today. The
We'll ask him to get a chance, but I'm gonna say Cyragar.
You Are Free over here on the Mirana, and Ban is on the Invoker. Flip
30
over here onto the other
seconds to
side.
battle.
Squee has got the Shadow Fiend, and that is the immortal or the nice new Arcania set. Look at that burning, melting body there. Got a nice ward going down here in the safe lane, or in the hard lane of the Dire, making sure they can see what's going on. Same thing being done on the opposite side. They're making sure they control it. And we've got a little bit of fight over wards here.
In the air
The
of
battle
land
begins.
on Wumbus.
They might get first blood here on Jakiro. They're trying really hard. Oh my god, he's in 10 HP!
Wow. And no first blood exchange. Jakiro's gonna go back to base probably. Pops a salve actually.
Yeah, it's going to allow him to get in there and do what he needs to do. A lot of times you'll see that the first blood and all that gets really close multiple times throughout the match. How do you think these lineups are going to be? We've got a Shadow
Arrow mid,
Fiend.
arrow mid. And it misses on the Viper. Mirana already getting aggressive the second time with that very short arrow cooldown. As far as the matchups, if this Mirana stays mid and keeps harassing the Viper, I favor the Invoker here. I just assume that Los Meepos probably gonna have a skill advantage, but there's no way to tell. Viper certainly has the advantage in the matchup. That's gonna be a very tight lane, I think.
Yeah, I think Tide up here against the Shadow Fiend is not going to work out as way as he wanted.
No, I think Shadow Fiend's probably just gonna walk over him. He can stay back, avoid the Inker Smash, and the Bane is here to keep him from getting blasted. He's gonna get zoned by that really hefty right click from Bane.
I kind of like this Pudge over here on the safe lane, or on the solo here.
He's lost all his mana though. The Silencer is really devastating with the Q skill, the Versatile Silent. Throwing that out and draining his mana. Pudge already having a low mana pool. If he rushes, actually he's rushing Tranquils. I was gonna say if he gets Arcanes, maybe he'll have enough to throw out a hook every minute or so. But without that, he's looking at no mana. He's gonna have to rot his way to victory.
Well, that's okay. He doesn't mind rotting. It is Pudge.
If he gets caught by the Juggernaut spin, he's a squeaky fella. He only has 1 armor at level 1 or 2 right now. I'd say the first blood's gonna come out of this tri-lane top if Pudge gets out of position, or if mid gets a little bit more contested. Not looking very aggressive right now, though. Both heroes just farming.
No, they're just doing what they can. First blood, there he goes. Pudge caught the silencer, did land that hook just as he needed it.
Gold for me.
Yeah, I happen to be checking mid for that run.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
So,
Pudge popping the clarity and getting that 1 hook off. I don't know if...
oh, we have a Nightmare, a Sunstrike, and Bane does the pick off there.
I see you in your death dream.
It was good rotation from Silencer, but not enough to save the Tidehunter.
Yeah, he was still on the TP in when they came down with the Sunstrike, and it just did such a good job cleaning it up. Mirana lands the arrow on the Viper, really just shutting him down so he can't last hit. This allows the Invoker to get a couple more last hits in and start moving back in the lane. Shadow Fiend working that bottle, doing a good job of pressuring that top lane. He wants to go ahead and start abusing this tower early, because he can get that tower down. They're going to be able to travel a lot more and rotate.
You see the all-chat crow, please Reno. Maybe their support player didn't. Good manners.
Well, you know, Pudge, you know, here didn't buy the wards, you know, that's how it is.
He's carrying with his offlane Pudge.
Oh, Viper does pick off the Invoker, though. Got a little too aggressive. Invoker got just a little too aggressive at the wrong time.
Tower is under attack.
Arrow goes down, lands. They're trying to take out the Tidehunter again, but Silencer was ready, nailed him, making sure Bane is going to pay for every bit of that.
Middle tower
Coming
is
out with
under
no
attack.
mana. This is just pretty much going to be a tri-lane fight over here in this bottom lane. Meanwhile, Invoker's back in the mid. He wants to come over here and figure out what's going on against this Viper. They need to put pressure on him. And we've got Mirana. She's ready to toss another arrow. Oh, no, not Mirana. Bane is actually in position. He's a bounty rune, scoops it up, makes a run.
We got the Invis rune on Mirana bottom, fighting for
We go.
Bouncer. She goes ahead and gets it. Maybe she can land an arrow off the back of that. Probably gonna head for Viper again. She just keeps shooting arrows at Viper, hoping those will hit. They get the kill bottom though.
Yeah, well, we have 2 in mid for both teams here. They're trying to figure out how they want to pick this fight. Mirana wants to toss an arrow out.
She's only level 1. She can't really do much.
I think she just wants to set it up for the Invoker to come in with the Sunstrike and Cold Snap.
I think she's being too polite. She should soak some experience, get level 2 so she can actually, you know, keep out.
Yeah. Well, he gives them situations they won't. Pudge is over here doing a good job of farming up on his lane. You look at the last hits. Shadow Fiend is doing his job, and Pudge is still squeezing out 15 last hits in his lane. It's very impressive for him. They smoked up. Bane breaks the smoke on the Juggernaut. Mirana, though, walking right into it here.
Level 1, can she make it out?
No, she's not going to make it out. The last word's going to take her out with
Dire's
Viper
middle
backing it
tower
up.
is under attack.
Silencer gets the kill, though, so that's going to help him out. He does get the intelligence, but Bane has to be careful here. He's going to get called out if he's not careful.
TP back in immediately, Viper Strike, and probably an arrow coming in from Mirana.
I don't think Bane's going to make it out of this one. 3, 2, 1.
Visitation.
I don't know what they were thinking there, but that didn't...
That's okay. Pudge is trying to return the favor and get himself a silencer, and he does.
You look good with an apple in your mouth.
Meanwhile, Tidehunter is having a very rough day fighting up against the Shadow Fiend.
That raised. Perfect. perfect aim.
Yeah, they've got to be careful fighting there. Oh, Pudge looking for another hook. Got himself a soul ring so he can pop out and grab a hook whenever he wants to. Finds himself Jakiro and does get a nice easy kill. He's not going to survive the Juggernaut though. Not sure if he's going to be able to get out of here. He's got to be careful. Tranquil Boots aren't up for another. Oh, he's got to be careful. Denies. Oh, so dirty. Pudge, man, so dirty.
Underrated.
Rots himself to death.
What do you do against that hero?
You kill him quick.
Yeah.
Nuke, nuke, nuke. Oh, look at this. Squee is going in deep. He wants to take out this Tidehunter again. Just doesn't even give a shit, man. Just dives in, goes, woo, man.
He's not missing those raises. I'm gonna watch for a miss, but so far 100% accuracy.
So now we have Tri-Lane versus Tri-Lane up top. Pudge is back to farming hardcore.
Dyer's
You know,
bottom
that did not.
tower
Oh, we got a
is under
Midas. Midas Gaming all the way, baby. Pudge found someone to play with.
And down
Oh,
the flat.
so close.
Almost provided to death.
Oh, Silencer get Pudge. Man. Oh,
I think the Pudge is the key hero of this game.
we'll see. Because, I mean, Shadow Fiend's doing a pretty good job of messing up Tidehunter here on the bottom lane.
At least as far as close Meepos is concerned. I want you to focus on that Pudge. Send your Tri-Lane up top. If you keep focusing on that Pudge and killing him, you're gonna lose. Invoker and Shadow Fiend are gonna come back.
Shadow Fiend's about to take this tower if they're not careful. He's already sitting on 29 stacks on the Necro, so...
Level difference bottom. Holy moly. Level 9 on Shadow Fiend, level 5 on Tidehunter.
Yeah. Well, look at the net worth already. Shadow Fiend is just climbing like there's no tomorrow. Oh, we've got Pudge playing here in mid. And bam! There he goes. Bye-bye.
This Meepos has a lot of setup for that Sunstrike, and the arrow too. Between the Dismember, the Nightmare, even the Cold Snap and other Invoker spells.
Yeah, and this is allowing them to really get into position and just take
Dyer's
everything
middle
they
tower
want.
is under attack.
Marana's trying to get her hands here on the Juggernaut. They want to shut him down because he's doing a pretty good job of staying up here. So,
Dyer's
they
middle
can take what
tower
they
is
can.
under attack.
Oh, Shadow Fiend pressuring that tower again. He wants to take it out.
Dyer's structures are
Oh, is he going to get it? Is he still going to get it? He's going to try to take it. Oh!
Ravage!
Ravage, beautiful. They may pick him off here. He uses the Invis to try to get away, but he's not going to make it. The poison. And they're going to deny that tower. That was a good rotation by the Viper, allowing them to get in there and shut that down without letting that tower go.
Definitely.
Dyer's middle tower has
But
fallen.
Invoker turns around and takes the mid tower, so...
I'm glad they're finally giving this Marana some off-lane experience. I think her ultimate will be very useful for this pick-off-oriented team once they can get it.
I would say so. But, you know, Pudge is kind of roaming, looking for his next kill.
He's getting stuff done on his own, but as soon as Pudge starts to slow down, that Moonlight Shadow will certainly help him getting more pick-offs, especially with the Bane ult. Both the supports on those Meepos level 4 right now.
They are hunting someone to pick off. I mean, this is bad.
Right, roaming mid.
They want mid so bad they can taste it.
Regeneration.
Lining up for a hook.
Oh, the Nightmare! The hook!
Fresh meat.
Bye-bye, Viper. You're dead. Invoker wanted some of that, but the Ice Path caught the Invoker before he could get in there and drop a Sunstrike. It's okay, though. There was just enough left for that Pudge hook. And there he goes. God, landing those hooks back-to-back. Marana gets a kill. About time. She needs that to help get some experience going there. And Pudge already bottling right up. So Bane, Bane found trying to take out the courier. 1, 2, oh, Juggernaut's gonna take him out. Oh no, Juggernaut hasn't killed him. Oh, there he goes. That would have been funny if he got away or found a way to deny himself, but he couldn't make it to a camp quick
The
enough.
Nightmare Design not successful.
Yeah, he didn't have the mana for it. The only thing, but Pudge goes, "Hey, how you doing?" Sunstrike coming in. Oh, Pudge, hook, mine. Pudge, man, he just wants to find things to kill. That's all he wants to do, all game.
Pudge probably a little underrated for that ability. He can just make your whole team afraid to go out alone. We'll see how the map control for J84 looks here, but right now the Lords are definitely favoring these people.
Meanwhile, during all this, we missed the death of the Shadow Fiend Squee here. He got a little aggressive, probably dove in. Did not see it, so can't really tell you guys.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
They're thinking everybody's in their jungle, but unfortunately they're guarding the mid. They want to catch them playing in the mid. Mirana's up here with Bane.
Dire's middle tower
No real
is under
backup.
attack.
Viper even wants to play. Got 20 seconds more before his ult lands, though, so he's not going to really be as effective as he wants to be. The rotations are allowing him to get in position. Pudge lands an illusion rune. It's going to allow him to be very aggressive. Oh, I don't think so. They want to catch him. Pudge was even trying to score him out of there, make sure he was safe.
Is under attack.
Gonna send his illusions over there to kind of bait him out. We have battling wards up there, so they both know what's going on.
J84 looking to take back some map control, honestly. Just trying to lose just based on economics here. They need some place to farm.
Viper trying to shut down a Pudge illusion. Ults on him and goes, ah, crap, wrong one. We all have those days. I understand. Meanwhile, the real Pudge is kind of chilling around the corner looking for someone to hook.
He's invis in the trees.
And finds himself a Jakiro. Shutting him down immediately.
Tasty dragon.
And Bane even comes in to get the kill. Making sure that they're getting into position and do what they need to.
Oh, and Dave's gonna kill Necro again. Oh.
Alright, so during all this, you've got a nice bit of farm going on down here at the bottom. Squee is doing everything he can to keep every bit of farm. He's already got his boots of travel up, has a Midas, already in position. Just not really worried too much. They're ignoring top lane completely. It's coming up here on the tower just from the creep push. And they're just really putting a lot of pressure on these mid and bottom towers. A lot of good warding positions allows them to see where everything is. And pretty much allowing Pudge to have free roam of this game. He's able to get in here, he sees everywhere he needs to be because of the ward locations. Bane's trying to shut him down. They're doing what they can to take him out. He's trying to TP out of there. Oh, the ice path is just a second too late!
That was like a split second. That was very close.
That lucky Bane. Lucky, lucky, lucky.
He keeps getting lucky.
So now they're going to go ahead and put pressure on this top lane. Squeeze TP'd up here. He wants to put the pressure on it and try to really take this tower out. There's not much they can do to stop it either. Mirana's helping.
Dire's top tower.
Meanwhile, yeah, TI-84 is trying to push in on mid, but there goes the Mirana ult, allowing them to get in there in position.
Bane's in position for a feat grip. Doesn't even have level 6.
No. They're trying to shut him down though, and here it comes, back to back. Tidehunter has to drop in there, shut it down, but Invoker is getting taken down really quick. If he's not careful, will get cleaned up. To kill though. Pudge has to be careful he doesn't get picked off. Tidehunter picks him off nicely, and there goes Squee getting a double kill.
Gives his own life, but we see a 3 for 4, right?
Dire's top tower.
Yes,
is
3 for
under
4
attack.
trade out. Really close. Juggernaut was coming in, but not in a position to take anybody out. Has his Omni Slash up though.
I think Silencer died too, and just respawned already. That was 4 for 4.
So it's pretty close positioning here. They've got to be careful they don't give away here.
Like the real difference is that.
Oh, the Yules, the Yules. Squee is not playing. He wants to give him a free Juggernaut. Oh, they stopped the raise, but not enough to kill him.
Is under attack.
That Yule's on Shadow Fiend is a very effective item. I heard somebody call it a pub item on a cast the other day, and I think it's just a good item. Item to survive there against the Juggernaut. Could have gotten Ghost Scepter in favor of an eventual E-Blade, but Yule's very useful if you want to cast a lot of raises.
Well, not only that, it allowed him to escape that Omni Slash so well. It also allows him to play catch-up games easier.
Dire's bottom tower.
And see, like right now, he's using it again to pretty much null all the damage from Viper Strike.
Very useful item. Maybe a little bit too valuable. The best thing you can do is you'll someone up in the air and then cast Shadow Fiend's ult right underneath them so that they get hit by all of the different bands. The way it works is it damages you for each of the little lines that you're in contact with. So if you can stand inside someone, it'll just instantly give them. Let's see if we can see that kind of strategy.
Yeah, it allows for a lot of setup, but it also allows him to negate a lot of damage. Because he is kind of a glass cannon, he has to be careful he doesn't get nuked down. And using yourself out of that damage does so much wonder. They're going to try to go ahead and shut down the Tidehunter. Look at that, they've almost wrecked him in one shot. Bane trying to finish him off. Might be overdoing it. Uses a 4-step to get out of there in position.
Maybe they overcommitted to the
Dire's middle tower has fallen.
Tidehunter making it out.
Yeah, they have to be careful. Tidehunter does escape, but they do get the middle tower in it, so not a complete shutdown for them.
The nice thing for Los Meepos is they can kind of poke like that and not really waste
Radiant's
a big cooldown,
top tower
whereas,
is under
when
attack.
TI-84 engages, they might blow Ravage, they might blow
Dire's
Omni
bottom
Slash,
tower is
and
under
blow-
attack.
Yeah, and see, now both teams are in a good position to do some shutdown. Still waiting for Bane to hit his level 6, and I think once he hits level 6, they're going to have free farm of anyone that comes near him.
Look at this group of hunters poised middle, just ready to kill whoever
Dire's
comes
bottom
from the
tower
creep
is
way.
under attack.
Here comes Viper trying to take out the Bane. Bane nightmares himself to try to save him. Not going to make it.
Weak sauce.
Dies.
Too much love. Everybody's TPing out trying to save themselves. Mirana gets out of there. We have Invoker running for his life. Not sure if he's baiting here, because he knows Shadow Fiend's right there behind him. Shadow Fiend's definitely in position. He's playing with it. Thinks he wants to play.
Is under attack.
Look at this animation canceling.
He's like, come on, I dare you to step in. There they go, trying to get the pudge, though.
Silence comes out.
But Moonlight Shadow going down to protect everybody. They can all escape and now get back into positions. Shadow Fiend just wants to play. If he finds someone, he's going to pick him off. There it goes. Literally just destroys Silencer in one shot. Uh-oh, Omni Slash going down, trying to pick him off. Oh, but the Fiend's grip! The Fiend's grip just in time. Squee has to be careful here. He might get picked off by the Viper. Does. So much poison going down. They're shutting it down. Pudge is looking for someone to play with. Finds a Viper. Doing the damage he can. Might get picked off. But there you go. Invoker picks him up. And then they smoke up behind it. In case anyone else is rolling around, they want to find any extra kills they can.
Invoker cleaning house there.
Just doing everything he needed to do. That was the big key of it, is he had to get in there. He had to shut down all these different heroes, and they were spread out, so it was hard for him to land it. Yeah, the net worth graphs and all, guys. Look at this stuff.
Nearly 15k in favor of Los Meepos. It's gone just straight up this whole match. Never really deviated from that. And
Dire's top tower
I
is
don't know
under
how
attack.
TI-84 can hope to bring this back right now. They
Radiant's
have to
bottom
pull back just to
tower
make
is
room
under
for their
attack.
heroes to fall, specifically Juggernaut and I guess Viper. Not as good in the late game. If they could farm up this Jug, they would have a chance. But
Well, see, Viper's doing a good job of farming, but you need more than just him and Viper to do all the carrying of the game. Tidehunter needs that Blink Dagger so he can really become effective to shutting down team fights. You know,
with no blink at this point, not doing that much in the fights really.
yeah, and that's the problem, is he's not able to get in there and do what he needs. And then Silencer hasn't really had a good start to the game, so he didn't get as farmed as they probably wanted him to be.
Being played very much as a war, or I guess, close to a 5 position. No farm to speak of, no early Midas to lead into an eventual Ags, and really no item progression to speak of. He looks like he's building a Bracer.
Yeah, I mean, when you're behind, you build what you can, but
But we're not going to see those refresher Ags silencers that just win
Dire's
games
bottom
on their own.
tower is under
and
attack.
I think you really have to attribute that to the great playing here by the Pudge, getting in position every time, landing those hooks, getting over there and doing what damage you
Getting
need
that,
to.
first blood on the silencer.
Hooked him.
I mean, you just don't feed Pudge like this.
Hey, not. Talanassi's actually gonna fall, bro. We got the show.
So they're pretty much forcing him back behind the tower here. They're going to go ahead and start putting the pressure on this tower. Pudge is just looking for someone to play with. They know he's there, though. It's that whole, oh crap, he's going to catch us. And Pudge is just, where are they? I want to play catchy games. They do get denied that tower. That does help them a little bit. Pudge still playing around here. They've got 3 men on that line. They want to catch him out. Meanwhile, over here, Squiddy picking off that top tower. Does not get the last hit, though. And we have a disconnect, which no one's pausing for. There we go.
There we go. Manners.
Manners.
Well,
Internet broke again.
It happens.
It is one of those days for that, guys. So, anyway, how have you felt this has been going so far? I mean, I'm looking at the overall item progressions.
He was the silencer. I don't know. I think the silencer didn't work out nearly as well as they had hoped. The Pudge worked out much better than anyone could have expected. Obviously, Los Meepos I was favoring, but they definitely picked a lineup that seemed very comfortable to them, and I don't see what TI-84's lineup was going to do in the beginning. Unless they really start snowballing with the Tide and Silencer, getting those big team fight wins and taking towers.
So, notice Invoker and the Shadow Fiend both have Midases, and that's allowing them to get in there and do what damage they need to. They've gotten all the farm they can all game. There he goes. Pudge just going to walk in and pick a fight. He doesn't even care. Stand in the middle of the fire like, oh, hey, you're hitting me. Good for you.
And tanky Tide Hunter getting picked off top with very little effort. It was just a few right clicks from Squee and some raises.
Well, he already has Sange and Yasha. He's got the Ring of Aquila up. He's got the Yules. I mean, he's just able to just man fight all day long, and there's not much they can do about him.
I think it's fair to say Sange and Yasha not really a very common item on Shadow Fiend. It's probably not that serious either.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
Easy at this point for those Meepos.
Well, I think the biggest thing is that it can be disassembled now, so if he decides down the road he wants to switch it to something else, he can.
It could be the Manta and the Halberd.
Yeah, he can. It's a faster way of building both and getting all the extra out of it you can. There goes the tier 4 or tier 3, and they're going to go ahead and start working on the racks. They don't even care. They're just like, oh, hey, come stop us. We dare you.
Dire's top barracks are under attack.
Get hooked, arrowed, sunstruck, and killed.
I mean, especially with that right-click damage coming out of Shadow Fiend.
Dire's bottom tower.
There goes the Yules into a hook. Bane, where's that? Oh, Fiend's Grip is out, but he does get the Nightmare down. They're going to force him back.
The Shadow Fiend just so fast with that Yules gets away from the danger.
Pudge finding more people to play with. Like, come here, guys. I got a hook for you. The blink with the Force Staff really allows him to be so aggressive. And I just don't think they understand.
Dire's top
Look at this.
barracks are under attack.
Shadow Fiend's just going to walk up here and take a Rex. It's like, oh, what are you going to do about it?
Let's get Flash me.
Pudge is like, hey, I'm so glad you visited. Thanks for the free kill.
Dire's top barracks are under attack.
They're feeding at this point. Got to get that ult off and maybe get in there and stop taking tracks.
Dire's
Well,
top barracks
he wants to get in there. He wants to do what he can, but the problem is they can't even step forward into that. The hook allows them to pick off one hero and just clean him out. They can't move in without creeps because of the Pudge. And even if they have the creeps, he can just blink and Force Staff his way around his position so he can get a better hook.
The best shot at a long-range initiation might be that Ice Path. I don't know if they could get Blink Daggers up on maybe the Tide Hunter eventually, but well, he does have it now. Blink Ravage could turn around one fight, but only if it really catches them by surprise. People are still far enough ahead that it would be a tough fight even if the whole team got double Ravage.
No, I think a lot of time it's just they can't get into position. Los Meepos does not have to 5-man walk up. They send one guy forward and let Pudge stand in the back and hook whoever makes the mistake of getting too close.
Yeah, and they can send several of their team members in the front. They can have Shadow Fiend just stand there and they'll run away when you go on him. Didn't even have to go BKB this game. Now he has a helmet Dominator too.
They smoked up trying to get in there, but Pudge is breaking the smoke. They want to try to catch him. But, I mean, with the blink, he just easily escapes.
That Pudge blink for the plays on this guy.
There you go. Blink on the Bane allows him to Fiend's Grip. Silencer getting in there, doing what he's got to do. They're trying to shut down that Bane. Can't even kill him. He's just walking away. They finally do clear him off, but look at the damage coming out. Ult going down by Juggernaut, not hurting anybody. Viper trying to do some damage, get the Pudge. Pudge does go down, but so far it's 3-0. Squee and Ban is just over here having a free game, picking them off. And there's the GG, guys. Excellent game coming out all the way around. That just very great setup there from Lost Meepos. They got into position constantly, making sure they can get in there and pick off who they needed to. Every time.
Not much more to say. I think that could be said to be an outdraft just because they really went heavy on the early game and there was no answer from TA84. Viper really didn't pan out in mid. Juggernaut wasn't really that successful at top, and Tidehunter got shut down in the offlane. Those scores, nobody except for Viper even has a positive score on TA84. So good effort by them. I'd say they have a good shot in the lower bracket though. They did well in the qualifiers, so good luck to TA84.
All right, give us just a little bit, guys. We'll move into the next one. Is it best of 3?
Alright, it's solid. Alright. Good. Now we're... Hey guys, we're here. Introduce yourself, your real name and your screen name.
I'm Davis Tinkle. I play offlane for Los Meepos Hermanos.
Yeah, and you guys have been together for a while, so have you been on it? I played against you guys several times here at GatorLAN. You always kicked my team's ass really bad. So were you on that team that I played against?
Last winter I joined them. I met them through UCF, the CSL, and
So-
I played with them the last 4 GatorLANs.
You play a lot of Pudge.
Yeah, a lot of Pudge, a lot of offlane.
A lot of offlane Pudge, right? So you're giving away your strategy here if any of your competitors are watching the stream. But I'm curious, how much of that game worked out just because you were doing well and having a good snowball and Pudge, and how much of it was because you guys picked so much lockdown to go around the Pudge? You picked the Nightmare, you had
You had the Dismember from Pudge to set up for the Sunstrike. I mean, that lineup was very cohesive.
I think a lot of the advantage of Pudge is just the mind games, because most of the time in PUBG you see Pudge mid, and once you know he's gone for mid, you know to back off, right? Pudge offlane is just really viable because he makes a space while your carries farm. Like our Shadow Fiend had like 100.
Yeah, they didn't counter that Shadow Fiend.
Yeah, he had
just
Satanic by the
safe
time the game ended, and my goal was just to make pickoffs, and we pushed all 3 lanes, kept them in their base. And there was nothing they could do.
Pretty simple strategy. It worked out real well. So, how do you feel about the event so far? What do you guys have good spirits today? Have you been practicing a lot?
Not really a whole lot of practicing.
You know, the pros don't practice either.
Yeah.
So why would you practice?
Yeah. We're looking forward to it though. Hopefully, make it to the grand finals and win another.
Hopefully, you guys have a history of going to the grand finals. Do you have any words for your competitors or anything? Are you gonna pick more Pudge until they start banning it?
I hope so. Like I'll request Pudge every single game.
All right, so we got Dendy here. This guy is Dendy. Thanks so much, Calfire.
Thanks.
Damn, that Pudge. I was like,
Fun.
I'm sitting there watching. I'm like, oh shit, he got the Force Staff. He's got Blink.
Yeah.
You can't escape
Like
it.
you don't even,
Once you have those two items,
even
it's like
need
you
that.
can't
Like,
escape
it's-
Pudge.
You get the tranquil boots. Like you start off boots first, and then you get Soul Rain, and then you.
I
have
thought you
all
were
your
screwed because of the curse of the Silent. I thought you were
Like-
gonna lose all your mana, but you.
I did, but it didn't matter. I just.
Clarity
With the
out.
Soul Ring.
No, because we missed First Blood because I was like, oh, he lost all his mana from Curse of the Silent,
Yeah.
and then we looked away, and then we missed it.
Because I
you
hooked
can't
him
clear it
early.
out.
He went through. He held up, and then he was just the Juggernaut was just yesing too far up, and he was
Yeah.
getting back. Held him on our tower.
Yeah, that's what we missed is that set because we're like, oh, he doesn't have enough mana for hook, so we'll come back to him.
Yeah, I
we
just
went to
want-
mid and then First Blood. Shit!
Yeah, I
seconds
blocked
later.
the creeps and popped the clarity, so I just get him closer to the tower. But they did a good job keeping the lane equilibrium like far enough away to where I was.
Yeah, I noticed that was the last tower to get cleaned out
Yeah.
because of how well they were doing on that. But you were having so much fun every time
Oh, yeah.
they walked behind the tree. I was like, oh, come here.
Yeah.
I'm like, I can't believe they didn't realize it was a ward after the 4th time of you landing a clean
Oh, yeah.
hook.
Like the ward was just so I could tell if they were pulling and where they were. Because if they're just sitting back there waiting for me to go up and try.
Well, yeah, but that's the thing is, they should have realized that you were landing hooks behind the trees. Like, they never even thought about de-warding
They
it.
didn't de-ward.
There was no wards there.
Well, a lot of the time is if you don't see, like I
we go, game number 2. This time we've got the Land Boys versus Sacred Sank. Sacred Sank, yay, y'all! We love these guys, they're so sexy.
So the tip is in. Sacred supposed to be very competitive.
Pretty much.
They did really well in the qualifiers.
Yeah, and that's the biggest step right there. Is they got to make sure they're in position when they need to be. I watched none of their preliminary games, so I was kind of out of town, so I didn't get a chance to watch them live. And they did private lobbies,
Right.
so I couldn't go back and look at them later.
Yeah.
Jerks.
But we'll see what they go ahead and pick. Definitely more standard bands coming out
Dire
in the first round
back.
here. We saw some very specific bands last game. These are more general. The Wisp, pretty
What?
strong.
What?
The Brew, pretty strong.
No Blink Brew? No
Oh,
pandas going everywhere? What
Panda
fun
was
is
totally
that?
ignored last draft. I mean, some teams
10
just seem to
seconds
ignore him, but
remaining.
he's very strong.
Well, it's really based upon your playstyle, I think. Tidehunter,
Radiant
if he's
team
not picked,
ban.
he's banned, man. I'm actually a little surprised about the IO ban.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I haven't seen a lot of Wisp play in the last couple of months, really.
And at this skill level, Wisp not as common, so
Dire
maybe
team
maybe Lamboys know. Sacrosanct likes to run their Wisp perhaps, but we see the Invoker first. pick.
Radiant
They
team
sneaked the
pick.
Invoker in. So
Not a very common first pick right now. Definitely just a flashy hero though. They're gonna show off for this game.
well, I mean, it could be a support Invoker though.
Don't forget the support Invoker, everybody. That can happen anytime, any day now. I'm waiting
Well,
for that one.
the-
I think support Morphling is more likely than support Invoker.
Actually, I've seen they do have support more.
It's good. It's
10
actually
seconds.
decent.
10
Support Invoker,
seconds
he needs
remaining.
levels too bad. I mean, unless you could like have him start with a
All-
Midas.
all he's
If
doing-
he started with a Midas, he could jungle.
All he's doing is Sunstrikes, man.
Yeah.
Sitting.
In base, he never leaves base.
Well, no. The problem is when you first pick Invoker, you're almost putting him as a non-core because he can be counterpicked so
Radiant
hard.
team
So he's kind of on the back burner now. Whatever they pick around him has to deal with this draft coming out from Lamboys, which starts with an Elder Titan. Actually, kind of fallen off over the past few weeks, I would say. He was first pick, first ban material about a month ago.
And I'm not saying he doesn't have the first ban, first pick potential.
But
It's
it's not
just-
clear why they would first ban or pick him right now. So maybe they have a plan.
They should have a strat laid around it. You're probably going to see something that helps set up his ult. And just his auras alone do so much
Right.
good.
He's a kind of an insurance policy in some ways against high armor heroes. So if you know you're going to want to...
And then following it up with a Vengeful Spirit
Right.
with her auras.
Yeah, this could be an art stack.
I'm expecting they're going to probably go into some nice DPS heroes here right behind it. Oh,
Dire
Faceless
team
Void
back.
backing that one up. So it's like, oh, you want to do DPS? Not a problem. They're glass cannons. Faceless Void loves those.
He does. He was going to eat that Venge alive and then, have that aura on him. The two cores probably coming out from Sacrosanct here. Who knows whether Elder
10
Titan's a
seconds
support or an
remaining.
off lane.
For the
but
land boys,
could be a support, I
Radiant
would
team
guess.
ban.
There's no way to tell, but
Yeah.
I feel like they're going to grab some greedy cores after they see this Void and Invoker. Those are two heroes who thrive off of farm and Midases and levels. So,
And you see, Sacrosanct realizes real quick we want to make sure that they
10
pick glass
seconds
cannons so they
remaining.
get rid of the bristleback.
Right.
They don't want any tanky heroes left.
heroes that can ruin them, surviving the
Dire team
Chronosphere.
ban.
Yeah.
And Syrath really good with Faceless Void, so that's a very clear ban targeted at the combo.
And they're not going to allow
Radiant
any
team ban.
Minus armor.
any graves.
Yeah,
no
no-
shallow graving anybody to get them out of it.
Radiant
Right, so
team
they're
pick.
specifically targeting their bans here.
But Witch Doctor making sure they don't have a second follow-up inside the void.
All four of those second round bans are kind of targeted around the Void, I would say.
Yeah.
For each team trying to Sacrosanct ban heroes that are good against Void, and Lamboys ban
Banning
heroes
anything
that, are
that
good with
helps.
him.
Yeah. So it's